Democratic Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota. She's introduced a bipartisan bill aimed at trying to police social media, at least on the advertising front. Senator Klobuchar, welcome back to Meet the Press.
Thanks. It's great to be on, Chuck.
All right, let me start with this larger issue here of policing social media. I know your bill, and it's an attempt to make digital ads part of the campaign finance laws that we have here, that they're regulated just the same. But would your bill have been able to regulate YouTube and keeping them from spreading this idea that one of the students was an actor, for instance, when it came to the gun activism?
There are several fronts that we should be operating on here, Chuck. I mean, first of all, the thought of these innocent kids, they get no NRA money. They're just out there telling the truth about what happened, leading to what I hope is going to be a seminal moment in our country where we finally get Congress to act on some sensible gun legislation. They're out there doing that, and at the same time you have websites linked to Russia that are immediately, within hours, putting out fake things through bots, saying that these kids are paid actors, things that are totally false. Okay, so one, come on, administration, put those sanctions in place. They went through 98-2 against Russia for this very reason, that they were messing around in our American elections. Secondly, on the bot front, separate from my legislation, these are the most sophisticated companies in America. They have brilliant people working there. I believe that they've got to put more resources. Maybe it means they make less profits off of ads and other things, but they've got to put the resources into Facebook and Twitter to stop these bots from dominating the accounts. There are literally tens of millions of these accounts out there right now on people's pages.
How do you incentivize?
And the third thing is...
Oh, go ahead. Finish your third point. Sorry. I apologize.
No, it's just, how do you incentivize it? Public pressure, Congress holding hearings, pushing them and pushing them, people realizing that these are fake people, which I'm starting to see on my account.
You know, should they be fined, you know, in a Superfund disaster? Should Facebook and Twitter face fines if they fail to follow, you know, to purge itself of bots, for instance, after the government finds out?
I think that would be a great idea, but then you need a Congress to act. And there are too many people that are afraid of doing something about this. Because we know these sites are popular, everyone loves putting recipes, cat videos, it's a great thing. But at the same time, there's an ugly side of this. And someone once said that these systems were set up without alarms, without locks, and big surprise, bad guys are coming in and manipulating people. And that is what's happening, and worse, literally committing crimes when they tell people they can text in and vote. And the last thing we know is that Russian rubles were spent on ads. Coming out of this latest indictment, that the Russians spent a lot of money on paid ads. That's much simpler to regulate, Chuck. You know why? TV, your station right now has rules in place, so does radio and print. Do the same thing. They got to have disclaimers on issue ads and on candidate ads, and they have to disclose them so the press and the other candidates can look at these ads and figure out where they're coming from, what they mean.
I want to move specifically to the gun issue because, you know, you represent a diverse state when it comes to the gun issue, both with some rural areas. I think of the Iron Range, and I can only imagine their mindset when it comes to some of these gun laws versus those in Minneapolis. It's going to be a different story. As a leader in the Democratic Party, how do you strike this balance? You know, we were just talking about it in the panel before. How do you strike this balance where some of your colleagues, like right next door, Heidi Heitkamp's never going to be able to vote for an assault weapons ban, but there's some base Democrats who think that's an outrageous decision. What do you say to the base?